Welcome to the Swine TV report through SwineWeb. Iowa State University veterinarians investigating an unusual bacteria disease in central Iowa pigs. We reported on this today on SwineWeb. We have Derald Holtkamp from Iowa State joining us. Welcome, Derald.
Thanks, Jim. Glad to be here.
What's going on here?
Yeah, so we've had an outbreak of Actinobacillus pleuropneumoniae, APP for short. That's a bacteria that's been around for a very long time, but we've generally, as an industry, figured out how to control it. So we don't typically have problems with APP so much anymore. However, in this case, we had a recent outbreak in north central Iowa, and it interestingly is in a very small geographic area. So a roughly 20 to 25 square mile radius around an area. And so that makes it interesting from an epidemiological standpoint. Clinically, what we're seeing in groups of pigs that are affected is that they exhibit respiratory signs. You see, difficulty breathing, some redness, and then very quickly that progresses to death. And so oftentimes what they report is that they, within 6 to 24 hours of seeing first clinical signs, they've got a lot of pigs that are starting to die. And so for clinically, it's devastating because it's affecting primarily older pigs, so the pigs that are close to marketing age. And so not only do producers lose the revenue, but they've got all that expensive feed in them at that point as well. And so economically, it's very devastating. So we've been doing some investigations to try to look at, again, what's going on here.
So why now, and what's new about this bacteria?
Yeah, so that's a very good question. And Dr. Marcelo Amita and others at Iowa State University, with some funding from the Swine Health Information Center, are doing some sequencing, looking at different serotypes. And this serotype, this bacteria in particular, seems to be a serotype 15 that's causing the problems. Again, serotype 15 has been around for a while, but there's something unique about this particular bacteria. And we are trying to sort that out. It appears that there could be some different toxins being produced by this bacteria that previous serotype 15s didn't produce. And so investigations are going on as we speak to try to sort that out.
So how is it being transmitted?
Well, again, that's something we're working on at the moment here. We've done several investigations. We've already done about 7 of those and looking to do a couple more. So far, what we're learning is that a common element that's involved here is rendering. Several of the groups, though, were also in the marketing phase, and so they'd have trucks going back and forth to the packing plant. That certainly would be involved. Caretakers and other people moving back and forth, certainly something that's common to most, if not all, of these cases. And some other things that a little bit more unusual would be some loadout crews, vaccine crews. Not all of the cases we've investigated have that or use those, but some have used those, and very well that very well could be involved in how it's being transmitted from one group of pigs to another as well.
Thanks for jumping on and giving us an update, Derald.
Glad to do that, Jim.
This is Derald Holtkamp from Iowa State University.